Welcome to today's class. Whoa, what are you saying now? Oh, welcome to today's class. We are doing chapter 14. So, 14.5 reads as follows. The demand for a sub-assembly S is the product that we are looking for, né? Is 100 units. The demand for sub-assembly S is 100 units. After how many weeks? After how many weeks? 7 weeks. Right? After 7 weeks. So I'm going to highlight that for you. Guys, after 7 weeks, you go to your table, you label it S. Then you go to the 7th week, you add 100. Immediately, you start drawing your tree. You start drawing out your tree. The problem is realization. Okay, that is my S at the top there. So we're gonna go down. Then next up, each unit of S, né? So now we're going under S now. Each unit of S requires 1 unit of what? Of T. Requires 1 unit of T. And 2 units of U. So now, guys, the noise level in this class, whoa, so high. So we have T and we have U. How many products of U? There are 2. Two units of U. Ne? Then T requires 1 unit of V, 2 units of W, 1 unit of X. So it requires 3 products, which is VWX. VWX. But for W, it requires 2. For W, it requires 2. Then it looks like this. Then U requires 2 units of Y and 3 units of Z. Y and Z. 2 units of Y, 3 units of Z. 2 and 3. Then you can somehow see that our structure is complete. One firm manufactures all items. It takes 2 weeks. It takes how many weeks? 2 weeks to make product S. To make S, ne? 2 weeks. So you go under your lead time now. You write 2. Your level is 0. Okay? Then for T, which is level 1, it takes 1 week to produce T. You must always be able to confirm what you're saying from the product tree. It should always be possible for you to confirm what you are doing here. L0, L1, L2. We have 2 levels. Then it takes 2 weeks to produce U. Level 1. How many products are for you? There are 2. You see that one? You must write that information on this times 2. Because if you don't write it down, I urge you guys, make it a point that you print this table today or tomorrow. Because you're writing very soon. You need to start practicing. And I did agree with you that you can write with a pencil. Again. And if you ever like you forgot, I'll also turn a blind eye. But you mustn't forget. I agree the time sometimes is limited. I might make it 2 hours this one. Actually, let's agree to disagree. It's going to be a 2-hour test. Ne? Going forward, I no longer give an hour test myself. I'll give you more. Like if it's above 30 marks, it must be 1.5 hours. So this one, by virtue of complexity, is going to be 2 hours. So now, I'm very slow because I want people to catch up. Hey, that there's no mercy from outside. Yo. Sure. Okay. Then, we are doing 2 weeks of V. 2 weeks of V. V, it's your level 2. Ne? V is your level 2. It comes from who? It comes from T. For V, for which one? For U. Okay. Let's go back. Let's say S requires 1 unit of T. Then they continue to say S requires 2 units of U. Yes. You cannot miss that part. At least you cannot 0, 0. You are not allowed to use that part. Because that's where your wrong or right comes in. The first table, I give yourself, or I cannot get it wrong. You must just tell yourself, I cannot get it wrong. The first table has a lot of marks. It's like actually it determines everything going forward. So now we are at W. W. So requires 1 week. But we know that W has two components that are coming from T times 2. And then I write T times 2. This is for me to remember when I need to multiply certain values. This is for me to do what? To remember. Again, it requires how many weeks to produce this? It takes 3 weeks to make W. 3 weeks. Then 1 week to make X. X, 1 week. X comes from T. X comes from T. You need to know that. Then we have the ones that are coming from U, which is 2 weeks to make Y, 1 week to make Z. Two weeks to make Y, 1 week to make Z. Level 2, 2. They are all coming from U. Y is times 2, Z is times 3. You see that again, even on the diagram. Again, times 3, times 2 times 3, not times 2, 3 times 2. Times 3 here, times, what am I saying? Yeah, 2 there, times 3 here, yeah. Y is times 2, Z is times 3. Then I'm having something similar to this. The next step, this one is very critical. You must know what you have on hand. Again, you must know what you have on hand. What do we have on hand? So, S is 20. T is 20. U is 40. V is 30. W is 30. X is 25. Y is 240. And then Z is 40. Then I'll stop. Just a little bit. Is so. Oh no, I'm gonna ask you. I'll ask you what is it that you must do. Firstly, I'll say construct a product structure. Again, identify all levels, parents, and components. Again, that's the first task. And you do that for A. I understand that there are those of us who are learned who do more. I discourage that. Just answer the question that is asked. Because in the exam, if I mark you right, which I'm going to mark you right, again, because me, I don't like my students failing. However, when an exam is moderated, they'll say I'm giving you free marks. Even if when everything is right, but you're not answering what you are asked. Do you understand? So a question can even end at that level to say, give us only the structure. And then it becomes case closed. But because of when now you didn't follow what is required, then you go on and answer this whole thing. You spend an hour writing that exam, whereas you could have just done the product structure. So the 14.7 and 14.5, they're actually going to be one thing. Then after that, I'm going to say construct a net material requirement plan using the following on-hand inventory. It's going to be under one question, A and B. The prepare time phased, I'm going to do it next year. When you are practicing, don't waste time on things that we didn't touch base on. And this is what you find when you didn't watch the videos. On top of that, you don't come to class. You end up practicing everything that is unnecessary. No, I can tell when I mark that this one. But yeah, cannot take it personal. Ultimately, on hand, we have 20. On hand, we have 20 fully complete product of S. 20. Ne? How much is required? 100. We give them the 20, then how much is outstanding? 80. Is that what we have on hand? No, it's what we must order. You understand? You order 80. It becomes your net. Let's use the other term. Net requirement simply means net what? Net demand. Requirement is demand. Remember that. That statement always tricks students. I don't know why. Then planned order release. We are planning to release this order. And then the lead time is 2 weeks. 2, 1, 80. Those, you always erase them because they don't matter, the number 1 and 2. They're just for you to know what you are doing. Then we're done with the first part. We want the second part. We can see it's times 1. Then it comes under gross requirements. It becomes our gross requirement. So T, we're supposed to get 80 products from T. Then what do we have on hand? We have 20 on hand. We'll do the same thing we have done. We'll be left with 60. 60. We place an order of 1 week. Did you see that I did 2 weeks here? Because I'm following my lead time. Lead time is 2 weeks. Even when I'm ordering here, I order 2 weeks in advance. It's important for me, because I'm closing this chapter, that we are aware of that information. Where we are taking certain information is very critical. Okay. Then now, in this one, lead time is 1 week. 1 week, that's your one here. 1 week in advance, okay? Because this one is where you are placing an order of 60. Then we carry on. U comes from S, okay? Then you look at your S there. You highlight different color. Certain things are for educational purpose. I agree, when I'm teaching, I'm writing all other things that are sometimes not required, but they are just for reasoning. Yes. 60. All right. So, our gross requirement. Remember, we released this order to this side. S, it's a complete calculator. Okay? And then this is your T. This is your U. You understand? Underneath this, under T we have products, under U we have products. Okay. Then we needed 80 of this. Again. Then when we place an order, how many of T are we supposed to place of this? We place an order of 80 also. Yeah? We need 80 calculators to make this full calculate. We need 8. But how much do we have on hand? We have 20. You understand? And then, how are we going to substitute the 2? You don't say 80 minus. You say 20 minus 80. You understand? Then you're going to get a negative figure of 60. That negative simply means that you are not meeting the demand. You understand? We must place an order. So meaning that you must now produce 60 calculators. And our lead time for that is 60. Raise a hand at any given point and stop me and make me explain. We have to do it right. To a point that if you want to make a mistake, don't be shy. Tell me straight that there we are fumbling mistake. I will know that we have to rectify and reanalyze. So U comes from here. Again, U come from S. How do we know that? You come here, you can see that U come from there. You see that? Tell the rest of the class that I said they must watch this video. They don't want to regret. So, it is 80 times 2. You need double now. This 80 times 2, it becomes 160. There are 2 items that are required from you. Okay? U times 2. The 2 comes from here. So, if this, we're having 80 products. So when you come here, 80 times, what is here? Becomes 160. Okay. If we didn't have products that were on hand, I can simply say, if we didn't have a product that were on hand, this was going to be that 100 that they were talking about. Then this one becomes 100 times that, it was gonna be 200. But because of we have on hand already, then we know, or we have on hand here of 20. That's why we are left with 80. I'm doing this deliberately, not to say you must edit your work, but to show you the difference, what is really transpiring in this. Ne? Okay, then let us go back there. The 160, we are all on board with it. How much do we have on hand? We have 40 on hand. Is my color visible? Okay. Then 40 minus 160, we have 120, isn't it? What's your lead time? 2 weeks. The 1, 2 is for me to see that I'm really scheduling for 2 weeks. It's not really compulsory to write 1, 2. I want to see we are now on B. It is being fed from T. V is being fed from T. You go look for T, you highlight it. Don't highlight in the test. Everyone are about to make mistakes. Rather circle. I don't know. You make your plan. You be creative. You circle. You will be creative. Me, I'm using a digital pen. I have the luxury to do so. Ibo. Why are we at week 5? Well, hold on. Where's week 5 here? Yes, we are at week 5, and then when we continue that target, remember what will happen. This 160 items will feed into this. Yes. Mara 2 times less. Meaning that, because we need 2 of this, there are 2, so already are 2. But that side, they will be combined, then they'll make 1. They are feeding directly there. This is called the backward scheduling, if not mistaken. We start by what is required at the end. This is not common with cars. Cars are very tricky, but it's common with wagons. Ne? Wagons. What is a wagon? Wagon is a trailer, the truck. Ne? So now, when Transnet freight, ne? Kya freight, kya cars, ne? There's freight and then there's railway, something like that, between the two. So when that Transnet for railway requires, because remember, Transnet, well, how does it work? It offers these wagons to companies. There's a department specifically that is transporting goods for South Africans under Transnet. So now, these wagons that they use over time, they do what? Wear and tear. Okay? Then they end up being decommissioned. Then you need new ones. Then now, Transnet wagon build, they know that the Transnet freight, they want 20 wagons at 3 months. How many weeks makes 3 months? Which is around about, Akiri, We count them at 20, not at 30, your typical. We count them at 20, which is 4 weeks, okay. 4 weeks times 3, to 120. You understand? So that is week 1, no. Wait. 12. Week 12. At week 12, you want that 20 wagons. Then this is exactly how many wagons do you have on hand? Then you start, I have 2. Then it means that we need to write 2. We give them to those people. Then we are left with 18. Then we do our calculations up until we know this week how many wagons are required for us to meet the next coming 12 weeks. So let us continue, ladies and gentlemen. So V feeds from T, which is here, right? 60. How much do they have of those products? They have 30. 30 minus that, we have 30. Okay, then what's your lead time? 2. 30. If you end up being forced to write here, you are wrong. If you are forced to write here, you are wrong. I would never give you a test that is not within our constraints that of the scope that we're teaching. Understand? You won't be able to say, in this there's no solution. There's always a solution. The people who are doing no solution, they could be from advanced. When they are doing well-defined questions, but now they're doing broadly defined questions, whereby they must test whether this thing is doable or not. We're always giving you the side of doable. Unless I'm developing a GA. I'm revealing other things now. So this one, which is W, feeds from T, and it becomes times 2. Where's our T? There's our T there. Here. It's going to feed W. Then it becomes times 2, 120, isn't it? Then, how much do we have on hand? We have 30. When we minus, how much are we left with? Is it 90, ne? 90. What is that? 1, 2, 3. X comes from T also. So, that's the 60. How much do we have? No, it's my pen that slided. It's 25. Yeah, it's 25, guys. It's not 28. So you are getting 35, right? Yes. Then you place an order. Wait, you must still write the number. Yeah, don't make that mistake. Write that value, 25. Then 35. 35. Lead time 1 week of 35. Then you carry on. They're speaking about 240. It comes from U. Go to U. What do you have at U there? U 120. Ne? Then at week 3. $120 times becomes 240. What do we have on hand? We'll do it again. We have 120 multiply this time by this value, by 3, becomes 3 minus, okay, I'm writing on the wrong line. I need to make sure my line aligns. 360, 40, 320. Lead time, lead time what? 320, 1 week. Correct. And that is complete. You pack it nicely, you continue with another question, then after that you submit. You obviously pen first and then you submit after. Don't do so now remember, you are practicing proper. Don't worry, I'll give it to you. Write up those who need to write. Let me know when you're done. Yeah. And you'll tell us now it is. Now easy. If you can take care of all the information you are given, you will definitely not make any errors. Are we all done? Oh, first of the game. When you go out, follow me. I'll open a window of 2 hours for collecting the scripts. Oh, everyone. And I'm guessing you came with one baby. Oh, but as long as you practiced once, you're seeing it. The other one you'll practice at home with this recording. Okay. So now, for this exercise, given the product structure and master production schedule on 14.12, on figure 14.12, develop a gross requirement plan for all items. I do not ask gross development plan no matter what. Don't want to know it. I do not assess it. B, given the preceding product structure, master production schedule, and inventory status, develop a net material requirement plan for all items. For all items. So here we are given something, as you can see there. we are given something. So it requires a smaller an exercise. This one. Okay, let's analyze the product structure. I can give you the product structure deliberately, and it's not make sure. You must go and analyze it. How do we analyze the product structure? We start by making a point that your levels are clearly labeled. L0, L1, L2, L3. What is the problem that you can see then? The B. The E must be the same number with B. Okay. This one must go down and to become an L3. So I'm going to erase it nicely with the white pen. We call it low-level coding. Again, low-level coding. The structure is already gotten amended. Good. I'm happy that we are able to pick up such things. I am happy to realize that we are able to do this. Now, the next important part to do, obviously, is to feed. It's to feed the information. The 4 hours straight is not doable standing. Yo. All right. So now we have x1, which we have a lead time of 1. X1 level 0. On hand 50. Where is our, look at this. This is what I like. See this? It happens multiple times. You see that? It's not like that one whereby we are focusing on the end. Ne? We're not focusing on the end, but we are doing it multiple times. So what will happen is week 8, 50, week 10, 20, week 12, 100. See that? Then we don't fill up any information yet. We'll continue doing this. B1, that one. Only require one of it. Level is 1. Your lead time is 2. Okay. Then where? That's B1. B2, level is 1. Lead time is 2. Both of them, they have how much on hand? 50-50. 50. Where? Thank you. Yes, I agree. 20, 20. Why do I like hallucinating, man? What's wrong with me? B2 is times 2, ne? Okay. Times 2. I confirm it. Times 2. She's 100% correct. Then we are moving to A1. Ne? A1, which is times 1. Okay? Then A1 comes from B1, which is times 1. Okay? Then it's at level 2. Lead time of, I see, 1. Product on hand of 5. Okay. Then I think they can now start showing on the side here. We do have also them on the side. We have C, D, and E. Yeah? C, D, and E. C, we must check the diagram from B2 and D from B2. B2, B2, this one from D. And, you see this one? And B1. So you can somehow say from B1 and D to make life easy. Okay, then let's go to C. Let's look at C alone now. C, there's a lead time of 1 week and he's level 2. Level 2. Level 2, 1 week. How much do we have on hand? 0. And it's times 2. Okay, and then on hand 0. Then D now. D is times 1. There. Then how many do we have on hand? 0. Okay, perfect. Lead time 1. Okay. Level, is it still 2? Level 2. And then lead time 1. It's draining, but it's doable. Like we're doing it multiple times. It's draining, but it's doable. So this one is level 3. Lead time of 3. For B1, it's happening 1 time. But for D, it's happening 2 times. Once you have that information, all I know, Corey, you're no longer gonna go back to anything, not unless you are confirming something. I'm gonna zoom here nicely. I'm hoping everyone can see nicely also. Yeah, I see. How much do we have on hand? We can't place any order further. We are giving it to the customer. We wait for the other one. Then here we have nothing on hand. So, but they want how many? They want 20. Ne? That is your net requirement. They want 20. We don't have anything under project. That's why I leave it as a dash. So you need to reason with your spreadsheet every time. Then 20 is what we are planning to release, and then 20 is what we really released. Planned order release is 20. Then you come on the side of 100. We have nothing on hand. Therefore, we're going to place an order of 100 after 1 week. Because lead time is 1 week. Alright. Take a deep breath. B1. Gross, it takes directly from there. Okay? Then, how much do we have on hand here? We have 20. So here we have nothing. Then 20, the demand is satisfied. Then we have 100 here. 100. What's your lead time? lead time is 2. You make it a point that you skip 2 blocks. You write your 100 there. 1, 2. Right. Sure. Then we move right along. B2 fits directly from X1. So we're going to take everything of X1. Then it says times 2, making it this one a 40, making this one a 200. Then what we have on hand? We have 20. There is a dash. 20 minus 40, it's a 20. 20. How many weeks? 2 weeks. This one moves as 200, 200, 2 weeks, 200. Moving right along. A1 comes from B1. B1, this is this one. The 100 is times 1. How much do we have on hand? 5. So how much do we need? 95. 95. How many weeks? 1 week. You see, I've never added lot sizes. Let us put it on record. I'm not going to add lot sizes on this one. Because lot sizes would require you, when you order this 95, you order according to the lot size. So let us agree to disagree on record. I am not going to add lot size on top of these difficulty questions. Yes. The ones that are working with lot size, these are already, you calculate that lot size, then you use it. They are only for one table. They are in your exam, those ones. This one we are preparing for the test. Okay. I like it when we are together until we are writing. But let's leave it there. So here we are taking this and that. Again, there are 2. And they are coming from B2. You must always read. Coming from B2 and we are doing times 2. B2, we are doing times 2. It becomes a 40. Here becomes a 400. All right. I see. I wrote something and I said something and I wrote something. All right. And we don't have anything on hand, isn't it? We have nothing on hand. Dash, dash. Then 40, 40. Still remember the weeks is 3. Don't rely on your memory, guys. You must always refer, please. Don't. I can always erase. You will get it wrong if you 1, 2, 3. If you don't refer, you see it's 1. No, it's not possible. It's 3. That I remember. Oh, 3 is E. Yo. Ka confidence. Imagine. Yo. The confidence. Listen. You understanding again? I like the fact that you're answering even if you're not writing. As long as you're with me, I don't have a problem. I think we might be left to the last question. Yeah, last question. I cannot log you beyond that. So this one comes from D, ne? If it comes from D, it's D. It's come from B2. So you make it a point that you are able to see B2. There's your B2 there at the top there. So you come here, B2, it's times 1, which is, can we confirm D? All right. That one comes here. 20 and 200. Sharp. With nothing on hand, I still remember that part again. And then 20, 20, 200, 200, 200. I want to check the lead time because I'm making mistakes. That is 20 after 1 week, 200 after 1 week. Then the most interesting one comes from B1 and comes from D. But for D, it becomes times 2. So let's start addressing B1 first. B1 is too far. Yeah. B1 is this 100 again. It's this 100 out of B1. So we go down under 9. 9, ne? 100. Then we address these two here. This and that. They become times 2. 40 and 400. What do we have on hand? 10. 10 becomes 30. The lead time is 3 weeks. Then 400, nothing on hand. It remains the same. 400. I think 100. Let's count. 1, 2, 3. 100, 100, 100. And that's your solution. Practice it. If we made mistake, come and take it up with me. So, the last question of the day, it went to a little bit of a university. Ne? You can see we have this, we have that as product A. Ne? So, the question reads like this. The given structure is a master production schedule and inventory status. On the next page, assuming that all the items are 1, meaning that multiply by 1 for all of them. That's the beauty about this question. However, they now want you to develop a gross requirement, which I stated very clear that I do not entertain gross requirement. We only do a net requirement. Let's foresee. So we're gonna do is to analyze this one, meaning that if I give you this type of a question, what you need to do is you just come here and L0, L1. Do you see C in any level here? So it means that we are ending at this level. All right. So now we want to see how is this thing going to play out. And this is the last question for the day, for the chapter. Because they want us to end at C. Yes. And we don't see C below this level. Yes. So, by your own, you can. Me, I'm not doing that. I will never even ask you such a long question. Never. I'm not planning for you to fail. Or you call it set to failure. I am not. So, your A and your H. So now, look at A. It is for 800, 50, and 150. For 8. Hundred, 50, 150. And then H for at 9, ne? 950 at 9. 100 and a 50. Right? So H Now, what is items on hand for A is 0. Lead time is 1. Level is 0. Lead time is 1. We have nothing on hand. H also. Level 0. We have nothing on hand. Lead time is 1. Down with that part. Then we go to B. B, we have 100 on hand. And then lead time is 2 weeks. Level is level 1. And then we have C now. C feeds from A and H. And the last part is 1, 1. I get nothing is 2. Okay? Then C, what is the on hand? Okay. The lead time is 2. And then this one is also 2. They have how much on hand? 50. Ne? Followed by J and K. J and K. J, we have 100 on hand. Also even K. 100, 100. So, J and K, they both come from H. And they require both 2 weeks. They're both level 1. And now we're just feeding the date. Yes. C is also? Okay, thank you. So now, yeah. This one's here. Okay, so what they mean is, come on. All items are requiring item 1, meaning they're all 1, 1, 1, 1, except B. B is 2, C is 2, F, I think somewhere F is 2. But for this section, Tina, we're not doing that. We're actually doing this one here, the highlighted one. Yeah, then this one is for you to practice. For fun. It's too long. Yeah. I cannot, I don't have energy to kill people in that test. I want people to redeem themselves. But how do you redeem yourself if you don't even come to class? That's another questionable thing. But story for another day. We'll have nothing on hand for all of them. And then when we order based on lot for lot, meaning that this one is 100, 80, or this is a 50, 50, 50, place an order, 50. That one, 150, 150, place an order, 150. I want to highlight them now because they tend to be a problem, these ones. Then, this one, with nothing on hand, 100, 100, 100, 100. Lead time, 100. 50, 50, 50, 50. I liked them. Then, B. I think C doesn't really require that. C doesn't really require this. Although I did an all the way to C, but C you can do it without B, J, and K. Do you see that? You can. So, but because I've already taught the other group this, I would rather we do it a similar way. So B is times 1, it receives from A. It's very critical that you know where it's receiving from A. Then it's received from A, there becomes 100, and it has 100 on hand. Then receives from 50, has nothing on hand, receives on 150, has nothing on hand, with a lead time of 2 weeks. Then this one 150 with a lead time of 2 weeks. MRP is measuring, MRP is forecasting or planning based on what? Based on weeks. You understand this? It's doing based on weeks. There's somebody who's doing based on per hour. What must happen per hour? Which one is that? Okay, you'll check your notes. Even per day, you'll check your notes. It's fine. All right, so for this one, received from A, which is 100, we don't multiply by anything. Then 100 from A, from here, 50 from A, 150 from A. Then 100 from H, 50 from H. Then what do we have on hand? We're 50. What is outstanding? 50. What we are planning to order? 50. Lead time 2. Write the 50 there. Then this one 100. 100. Lead time there. This one 50. 50. Ordering 50. This one 50. 50. Ordering 50. This one 150. 150. Ordering. Yeah. When you have unnecessary combinations, you must recheck your work. I think we might have made a mistake for this one. For this one. So it's 150. This one 150. Yeah. Here. Ooh. Hey. Let's wrap it up now. So this is what you were gonna get for C. Meaning that if I want C, this is what you produce. Then this one receives from H. This one receives from H. Look at H there. It's 100, right? 150 there. This one also 150 there. Then this one has 100. This one also has 100. And that part is gone. This one is a dash. This one is a dash. Then 50, 50, 2 weeks. 50. 50, 50, 2 weeks. 50. Paper pen down. Hey, I'm tired. Yeah, I accepted a fifth module. So Zeka, the beauty, UJ lecturers are teaching one module. Us here, put up to 5. Imagine, yo, son. Obviously, the fifth one penna comes with goodies. I had to, and also to save the semester. If the class hasn't begun to teach, what does it mean about it? It means that, you understand? So you need to reason along to say there's a student whom his future is in jeopardy. So that's why I also accepted. I had to manipulate madam. So guys, I can see we all do not have any question. This one is software based, straightforward. there's no assessment that requires software. For now, I will leave it like that. However, you cannot go without a homework. 1417, and you submit it next week. The nice thing is that this section here, we've already covered it last week again. This one was covered last week, so we are done and dusted with that part. We are doing this one, and these ones are examinable, like those small tables. When I set the exam, I was not confident enough that I can do this thing. So now I am 100%. 14.7, 17, key homework. I am going to stop my recording before it gets done.